Yeah, Bjarni joins me working closely with Martin Vasilic. Martin's in the zone, so he doesn't want to chat, so you've been thrown in. But a real change in form for Martin tonight. Is there anything in particular that's happened?
No, I don't think so, Scotty. You know, he's a very thin line between winning and losing in the Grand Prix. He's 15, 16 top rider here, so we just try to get the best bike for Martin. And so far, you know, 2 heats, and we're pleased with the setup. So we just try to work on this thin line to get the bike fitting every single heat we go out on. So we just focus on 1 heat at a time.
Definitely, but we always talk about the bike setup and everything else, but with Martin in particular, sometimes you think it's more him because he's a very kind of the mental approach for Martin, and you can get so much more out of a rider just by them feeling right going to the tapes.
Well, it's easy to be a rider when the bike is work perfect, and hard when the bike is not working together with the rider. So it's a hard question, you know, but you know, when everything is click, then it's a good feeling to be a rider. And but like I say, it's very thin line, so there's, you know, 16 good riders there. So it's all, you know, a lot of things is for the crowd, the mechanic, to set up the bike how Martin he like it and how he want it. So
that's it. Well, let's let Martin get on with his job. Thanks for chatting.
No problem.
Yeah, well, we said it earlier on, if Martin Vasilic gets that bike set up right and he gets in the mood, and he certainly appears to be in the mood tonight, he can be a tough man to beat.
Yeah, he can, and I think Bjarni Pedersen is a really good guy to have in his corner, in anybody's corner. He was a good rider himself, but he was a very technical rider. He always worked hard to make sure that his bike was absolutely primed.
So here we go then. A bit more track grading on, and a bit more water going down on the track as well. And it is going to be quite a challenge tonight with different conditions than we ordinarily see here in Malilla, no doubt about that. There's the gate success for you, and the inside gate has finally won a race after 8 heats tonight, and pretty level pegging with the other 3 gates. As I say, we will keep you up to date with that throughout the evening. Good to see this man back on form. Timely, because the Speedway World Cup returns in Wrocław at the end of the month, and the Polish team were looking a bit ragged, and they still are. You know, Janowski hasn't scored a point tonight. They're not quite as rock solid as they potentially might have been, but for Dudek, that's more like it from him. That's what he's capable of.
Absolutely, he rode really smart in Heat 6. His first turn was great. You know, he just made a good start from 3, but he got straight across to the inside, stopped that run, and then moved out to the dirt.
He did indeed. So let's get some more reaction. Scotty working hard for us down in the pits. He's going to be joined by Ty Wolfenden.
Ty, just a simply awesome race.
Yeah, no, it was good. We're struggling at the start, mate. My start from gate 4 was really bad, and I probably overgeared it a little bit because I saw how slick the track was. So we put back the setup that we had before in practice qualifying. The pace is good. Could just do with making a little bit better starts.
We all want to make better starts, but the pace was good. Just how good does it feel when you make a move like that? As you're passing somebody, how does it feel inside there?
Yeah, it's good, man. Like, obviously I'd like to make starts and win the race and rattle off 12 every weekend, but yeah, it's a little bit harder some days. But yeah, it's just nice to have that pace and, you know, feel like you can do something. Whereas in the first one, because I was miles off with the setup, we you know, it didn't matter where I rode, I was garbage.
Yeah, but that's the gamble you take. It's a championship, you want it. Sometimes you have to roll the dice. It didn't work out. Just before we chatted, you were sitting looking at a laptop. How much do you refer to kind of the data you have there and also perhaps previous Grand Prix here? Because you've had a good record here.
Yeah, I think just looking at the data these days, it just confirms that I'm right with what I think. And it's just nice to have that acknowledgement, because obviously I believe in how I ride and how the bike feels, but just to double check it, like then it died a little bit off the start, and I just wanted to check the data, and it did come down probably way too low than we'd like it. So we just need to make a little change to give it a bit more life off the start, and then we should be away.
Like you say, it's important that now you've got confirmation that what you feel in there and there is actually right. So kind of that's going to give you another bigger boost going forward.
Yeah, for sure. It's just like it's like a triple check. So
you keep triple checking, triple world champion. Good luck. Thanks, Shane.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, an encouraging ride there from Ty Wolfenden, and clearly feeling a lot better about things. That could just spark him into life. It's been a tough campaign for him so far this year, but it does appear that the fire is still burning in him, and he wants to do well. And second half of the Grand Prix campaign starting here tonight. Could it see his form return? Jason Doyle having a tough night so far, just 1 point from 2 rides, so needs to up his game. Bike setup not right, but I do think a lot of these guys have been caught out by the track being different than normal.
Yeah, there's so much about the setup these days. You know, in our day, you could be a tooth on the rear sprocket out. You could have carburation and ignition settings a little bit out, but you could make up for it in just the way you rode the bike. And these days, they're all flat out. And we heard Ty talking about checking the data. He said that the bike went down a little bit too much, lost too many RPMs off the start. So, you know, they'll be looking to give it a little bit more mid-range, a bit more power, but yeah, it's definitely more technical these days as far as the bike setup goes.
And the window is so small, isn't it? You know, you can just be a fraction off and the bike feels awful. And we saw that actually demonstrated quite clearly with Ty when he failed to score first time and then comes back with a super ride in his second outing. So riders on their way out for heat number 9. And this will see them having their third ride of the night. And getting to the midway point of the evening with Robert Lambert going along pretty steadily now. He's had a couple of second places and looking pretty racy out there. Inside gate hasn't been working that well, and I think that's indicative of the slick conditions that they're encountering tonight. Leon Madsen, bit of water on the track. It's going to be greasy, just has to be, no doubt about it. And you're just going to have to find that bike that really just, as I say, the window now for bike setup is so cute, and you only have to be a fraction off and the bike just doesn't work at all. So they'll be working very hard, that's for sure, to achieve that here this evening. Leon Madsen, who's had an upturn in his form of late, can he get it going ahead tonight? Robert Lambert off the inside in red then. Jakob Torsell out of gate number 2 in blue. Leon Madsen off gate number 3 in white. And Jack Holder off the outside in yellow. Jack looking to bounce back after a disappointing, pointless ride last time. Got the outside gate, freshly prepared track. Well, might be tough, but Jack's been in really good form this year. 3 consecutive finals. Second place in the championship, Chris.
Yeah, he's had such a consistent start so far this year. He's had 3 podiums, so he'd be very happy with that. Robert Lambert, a couple of second places, be looking for a race win. He might be able to creep around the inside now if he can just find a little bit of fresh dirt right down low, leaving the corner and generate enough speed.
Yeah, he's a clever rider, Robert Lambert. So
good with the throttle. He can make a bike grip where perhaps there really isn't any traction.
Indeed he can. So just taking a few moments to settle down. He's got the inside gate, Lambert. Torsell had a good second place last time, the wild card. Heat number 9 tapes up and we're away, and Torsell made a good jump. It's tight, but Torsell's there. But look at that from Holder. But can he get off the first corner? Yes, he can. Got his wheels in line and fires himself to the front down the back straight. Torsell coming through into second place. Robert Lambert also coming through in third. And Leon Madsen at this stage has tailed off out the back, but look at Lambert. That's a smart move. Should get up the inside. Nice move from Robert Lambert. Now Torsell trying to bounce back and trying to squeeze up the inside, but Robert Lambert was really savvy there.
Yeah, savvy move from Robert Lambert, really working it out. Great cutback for him, but Jack Holder, what a way to respond, riding really well. Look at the lead he's got already. He's riding the bike beautifully. What a way to respond after failing to score last time out.
Yeah, looking really good now, the man who's in second place in the championship chase. He is flying, isn't he? You're absolutely right. He's roaring away out in front. Sensational stuff from him, and this puts his meeting right back on track for Jack Holder. Celebrates in style on one wheel as he goes across the line. And Holder, who's been in terrific form, moves on to 4 points. He needed that win. That was important for him. 2 more rides to come to force his way into the semi-finals. So work still to be done for Jack, but with form like that, he'll be very much encouraged. So Jack Holder out in front, 3 points for him. Robert Lambert with a nice ride there to pick up his third second place of the evening. Jakob Torsell back in third place. And Leon Madsen, it's not going great for Leon. 2 points from 3 outings. And work to be done for him, but for Jack Holder, this was a super ride.
Yeah, great ride. Coming off gate 4, you can see he just looks over his left shoulder, wants to see where the opposition is, realises he's not going to get across Jakob Torsello, who makes yet another great start, rider in blue there. It's the second great start he's made tonight, but Robert Lambert, real sweet move, got his wheels in lines that little bit earlier and generates plenty of speed down the straight, gets himself into second place. And Leon Madsen really struggling, 2/3 in his first 2 races, fails to score in this one. He's put himself under an awful lot of pressure.
Yeah, he's going to need 2 wins if he wants to make the semi-finals this evening, that's for sure. So massive pressure on Leon Madsen, the world number 2 from last year, of course, and Jack Holder looking for his first Grand Prix win. Should have had one this year, of course. It was almost stolen away from him in Narodovi, and he picked up second place in the end, with Freddie Lindgren winning that particular evening in Warsaw. But going along much better now with that win. As there's this man, Dudek, he's going along very nicely tonight with a rock-solid 5 points from his first 2 rides. So it's heat number 10. Dan Bewley off the inside in red. Alongside him is Maciej Janowski out of gate number 2 in blue. Gate number 3 in white is Anders Thompson, and Patrick Dudek off the outside in yellow. Now, Maciej Janowski, no points from 2 rides. Just don't get it. He's not out of it, of course. He's not out of it, Chris, but crikey, he's given himself a bit of a mountain to climb here.
Yeah, it's all uphill from there. It's remarkable because he looked so good on the bike during qualifying. Qualified second, he was very, very quick. And he just, I don't know, his mindset in Grand Prix right now is just not right. He's got no confidence. I don't know, I can't believe it's a lack of confidence in his own ability, whether it's his bikes that he's not confident in, but clearly they're quick enough. You can't put in a quick time like that in qualifying if you don't have the bike under you.
So huge pressure on Janowski out of gate 2 then. We'll keep an eye out for that. But Dan Bewley, after a 3rd place last time on that inside gate, what can he produce? They're underway and they get to the first turn and Bewley gets there. Thompson alongside him. Oh, Janowski's all over the place there and goes to the back. Dudek now coming up the inside and creeping round the inside, should manage to get himself into second place. Thompson coming on strong round the outside. Thompson! Oh, superb move. That's about the first time we've seen that work actually in turns 3 and 4. And right place, right time for Anders Thompson. Nice ride from him and bouncing back after that exclusion.
Yeah, Anders Thompson clearly watching the racing because Jack Holder was making the outside work and generating a lot of speed. He's obviously realised that and he's made his way around Dan Bewley. We don't see that very often. Normally it's Dan the man that's out there chasing the dirt, but not for him this time. Now it's Patrick Dudek looking for a run around the outside.
Indeed it is, but out in front, Anders Thompson, what a way to bounce back with 5 points from 2 rides. Oh my goodness, Patrick Dudek there bouncing off the fence, very wide. We need to see out on the run to the line. No, not quite. Not quite. Dan Bewley hanging on to second place, but for Anders Thompson, well, that's the way to answer, isn't it? Desperately disappointed with being excluded in his first ride. Picks up 5 points from the next 2. Fair play to him. 3 points for Anders Thompson with a smashing ride there in heat number 10. Dan Bewley back in second place. 2 points, Patrick Dudek in 3rd, 1 point for him. And Maciej Janowski, pointless from 3 outings. I cannot believe I'm saying it. A man that's won 8 Grand Prix. He has led the World Championship in the past. It's just not working out for him.
No, it's not, but that's all about Anders Thompson. This one makes a decent start from 3, but it's Dan Bewley that gets there off the inside. There's the big mistake for Maciej Janowski, a rider really low on confidence. He's just got off the gas as he's got to the corner there. The bike's driven through a rut. The track hasn't rutted up bad, so there wasn't much there, but he hasn't got the gas on and the bike's lurched forward. Dudek takes full advantage of that, but this move around the outside, smooth as you like, for Anders Thompson, really makes the bike work very, very well down on turns 3 and 4, which hasn't been working great so far this evening, but Dudek there just hitting the berm going into turn 3. He's a long way round there. He can't quite get there to the line.
No, he certainly tried very hard. He tried to move the fence out of the way at the same time. He clashed against it down the back straight, but for Anders Thompson, just having a chat with Nicky Pedersen there, and it's a fine way to bounce back. He could have been really deflated about that, couldn't he, with that exclusion? Clearly aggrieved by that, but what a way to answer.
From his 2 rides after that is a great reaction.
But this is not what we were expecting to see from Maciej Janowski. Desperate times for him. Feel a touch sorry for him. He's clearly a little lost out there at the moment. Such a good rider. So anyway, heat number 11. And we'll see Bartosz Zmarzlik for the third time. On the inside, though, is Mikko Mikkelsen in red. Bartosz Zmarzlik out of gate number 2 in blue. Max Frick off of gate number 3 in white. And Freddie Lindgren off of the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Third place for Freddie last time after a strong ride in his first race. Max Frick also won his first ride as well. So they know what it's like to hit the front. But it's got a tough customer here in Bartosz Zmarzlik. Gate 2 for him. Heat 11, we're away, and they get to the first corner. It's Frick and Zmarzlik. Zmarzlik forces his way up the bank, but here comes Lindgren. What a move! Smashing move from Lindgren. Now Zmarzlik now on the inside, hugging that inside. Would it work? Will Freddie get to the front again? He has. This is super stuff from the home hero, no doubt about that. Fast Freddie Lindgren riding out of his skin.
Yeah, Zmarzlik had to get defensive there and just chop the nose off Max Frick. We know Max has got speed tonight. He's got the bike working well. He's looking for a run up the inside. He's done it. He's got in front of Zmarzlik. I think Zmarzlik now will have the run out in the dirt to get back past Max. Can Max shut the door? No, not quite.
Oh, tight there for second. Zmarzlik very vulnerable on 2 occasions, now having to ride more defensively because Freddie Lindgren has cleared off out in front. Certainly for Zmarzlik, after failing to score first time, needs to bag every possible point, but for fast Freddie Lindgren, he's going to move on to 7 points now from 3 outings. Second win of the night. Great ride from him. Great first corner. Read it beautifully. Home crowd on their feet, loving that. Got a fine record here. Never fails to deliver. Really is rock solid when it comes to his home Grand Prix, and it's great to see once again him riding so well. He's healthy these days. Good to see. Freddie Lindgren out in front, 3 points. Bartosz Zmarzlik hanging on there. Rare you say that. 2 points for him. Max Frick was quick in third place. Mikkelsen misses out in heat number 11. But for Freddie Lindgren, Chris, this was a lovely move. We see it often, but to put it off against Zmarzlik is no mean feat.
It's a track he knows well, and it's the first corner that he pulls off quite often. He's come off the outside gate. Zmarzlik, we see there, just runs right across the concrete to make sure he gets there ahead of Frick. Leaves a huge hole up the inside that Freddie Lindgren takes advantage of, and definitely goes straight to the fence. He'd left no room there for Zmarzlik as he actually collects the berm of dirt on the bottom of the fence. I thought at that point maybe he'd left too big a hole, but the bike just grips, generates the speed, and now Zmarzlik comes under fire from Max Frick, who's really making the bike work very well around the inside. Zmarzlik has to get defensive, as you rightly say, Kelvin. We don't see that very often.
No, he was looking for a bit more grip on the outside, and it just wasn't there. He was spinning up in it and had to then come down to the inside to stop that run of Frick and hang on to second place. But for Freddie Lindgren, he's had a couple of wins tonight, and certainly there when he hit the front, he pulled away and showed great speed, so they'll be really pleased with that. It wasn't just the way he won the race, just about the fact that he won the race, it was the way he won the race. It was impressive indeed. So heat number 12 will complete the third block of races. We'll see Andre Lebedev's coming in for the injured Tim Nielsen tonight, going along nicely. But Martin Vasilek is the main danger here, there's no doubt about that. On the inside then is Andre Lebedev's in the red helmet colour. Ty Wolfenden out of gate number 2 in blue. Jason Doyle off of gate number 3 in white, and Martin Vasilek off the outside in yellow. Doyle looking to bounce back here. He's had a difficult night so far.
He's had a tough night all year. He's been consistent. He's always looked fast enough. Tonight, you know, a little bit of a throwback to last year. He just hasn't had the bike working at all well. So hopefully these pit crew have changed a few things around and found something a little bit better for him. Ty Wolfenden, winner last time out. Schilling, unbeaten.
Here we go then. Hit the first corner and Lebedev's has got there, but he's run very wide. That leaves the... Oh, look at Martin Vasilek. How about that? This man is in the mood big time tonight. Vasilek firing himself to the front. Lebedev's in second place. Lebedev's is having a fabulous night. He's riding really strongly in second place. Wolfenden back in third, and Doyle once again struggling for points. Vasilek out in front, being chased hard by Andre Lebedev's, who's going to leave himself wide open to Wolfenden around the inside. Not sure if he's going to get there. No, he hasn't done. But Andre Lebedev's in second place, but Martin Vasilek, well, he's having a fabulous night.
Yeah, if Lebedev's doesn't make a mistake, he's hanging on to Martin Vasilek. It's not going to take much of a mistake from Vasilek to open the door for him. He is leaving himself vulnerable around the inside, but Ty doesn't seem to be generating enough speed there. And I tell you what, here comes Lebedev's.
Round the outside, then one final blast from Andre Lebedev's, but Martin Vasilek has read it. tight in the end for second, actually, with Woofenden really coming on strong. But Martin Vasilik, 3 rides, 3 wins. What a night at Speedway so far for him. He's in the semi-finals already. And another fabulous move in the first corner. Jason Doyle, well, his woes continue. Vasilik out in front, 3 points for him. 2 points for Andrei Lebedev, who's having a really good night. Ty Woofenden picking up 1 point in third place, and Jason Doyle with 1 point from 3 rides. Not what he was looking for. Vasilik leads the way on 9 points. Lindgren then on 7, 6 points for Bewley, Dudek, Lambert, Andrei Lebedevs, and 5 points for Jack Holder and Bartosz Marslik to round out the top 8. And there's no doubt there's plenty of work to be done for the rest, but Vasilik leading the way. So for Martin Vasilik, he has started brightly tonight and has maintained that form in his first 3 rides.
Yeah, Vasilik's on the outside here. The rider, Lebedev's great start from him. He elects to go straight to the dirt and times the cutback almost perfectly. Realises that Martin Vasilik's going to run across and take advantage of the dirt line, exiting the corner. And Lebedev's there. Even Ty Woofenden says, oh, hang on a minute, going to have to take avoiding action here. Lebedev's another 2 points for him. He's riding very well. He hasn't managed to win a race, but I think he's as quick as anybody, just not in the right place at the right time. But a really smart first turn from Martin Vasilik.
Yeah.
And that's 3 out of 3 for him.
Yeah, he's looking really good. Andrei Lebedev setting himself up for a semi-final here. And with 6 points from his opening 3 rides, he's got every chance. Certainly there's work to be done for the riders behind him in Woofenden and Jason Doyle, who is having a disappointing evening with just 1 point from 3 outings. But there's no doubt about it. Andrei Lebedev has turned up here with everything to gain and nothing to lose, and he's putting it all on the line. And he kept Martin Vasilik very honest here. He kept coming at him all the way. Clearly got the bit between his teeth, and that's exciting to see.
Yeah, he was giving up so much going into the corners, riding very, very wide, maximising traction around the outside. But he was making it all back up at the end of the straight, just giving up too much on the early part of the corner. We can see Martin Vasilik almost losing his transponder there.
Well, I don't think he's too concerned about that. He's looking very good indeed. Unbeaten so far. The only rider to be unbeaten so far. So terrific stuff from him. We'll get some reaction now from Scotty Nichols, because he's going to be joined by Robert Lambert.
Robert Lambert, solid start tonight, searching for that first win, but that last race there, he really stalked the rider down and got that second place.
Yeah, it was a little bit tricky after grading this. The base is pretty hard here, and then a little bit of water on top of that makes it a bit of a skating rink, but yeah, we're there or thereabouts. We don't want to go in the wrong direction and make things worse, so we got a long break now. It was the first one after grading, now the last in the session, so we take a time and think about what we need to do.
Yeah, do you feel that the track is going to get to a point where kind of the setup is not going to change too much and it comes down to kind of line choice and adapting your style to suit?
Yeah, I think, as you see already, this the outside line is not really working, and normally in Malilla that's working, so the track is much slicker than normal, but yeah, you definitely need to be thinking and don't make any mistakes.
That's it, mistake-free. Keep up good work, mate. Thanks, Jack.
Will do. Cheers.
Yeah, solid stuff from Robert Lambert. Hasn't won a race tonight, but he's just like Andrei Lebedev's, with rock solid second places every time he's been out there, and that was a good ride to get the better of Torcel last time. And as you say, he's got to have be patient now, because he's got to wait until heat 16 before he comes out for his 4th ride. Not an easy one up against Bartosz Marslik, but there's no doubt that he'll be keeping an eye on the track as it develops over the next few races.
Are you ready for next?
So the meeting beginning to take shape, and apart from Martin Vasilik, everybody's taking points off everybody else, so it's going to be tight, no doubt about it, as we come to the semis here this evening.
Yeah, definitely. We got excited for heat 3. Well, heat 13, Vasilik, Bewley, Lindgren, Madsen. It looks pretty entertaining.
Indeed it does. So the gate success after 12 races this evening. 1 race win from the inside gate. Now, that is very unusual. That's indicative of the track, I think. I think that's something there. 2 out of gate number 2, and the outside gate's working well this evening, which is particularly gate 3. That is very unusual. That's normally a bit of a graveyard, in truth, but the outside gate often does work well here, but it's certainly producing 5 race wins so far. But Martin Veselik hasn't got long to wait. He's coming out in the very next race. But while we got this break, we'll reflect on what we've seen so far this evening. So there we go then, just a few highlights of the first 12 races, and of course there's been some dramatic action with riders clouting the fence there and coming off down the back straight. And Patrick Dudig there going along pretty nicely. He's sitting on 6 points from 3 outings, so looking set for a semi-final tonight. Might be that 7 is enough tonight, you know, might be, because everybody's stealing points off one another. Slick conditions, greasy conditions after they water it, so really is quite challenging when it's different from normal. And there's no doubt that it's getting everybody thinking down in the pits. While we've got this time, we'll get Scotty working again, and he's going to be joined by Andrei Lebedevs.
Andrei Lebedevs, you come in to replace Kim Nielsen. It's hard to come in last minute, but you're having a fantastic night.
Yeah, for first I want to wish Kim all the best and speed recovery, come back for racing. Yeah, but it's not hard. Come back to GP because it's always glad, and I'm always glad and happy be here and be part of this big event. Yeah.
Yeah, the Grand Prix is where you want to be, and tonight you're showing that you can offer a lot. You're riding exceptionally well. So this is the place where you want to be, back in the Grand Prix.
Yeah, I've never been in Grand Prix all year, yeah, but yeah, that's my goal from beginning of my career, and yeah, this year is same goal for season, make a GP challenge top 3, and for next year qualify to all year GP series. Yeah, we prepare for that. Work hard with bikes, with my body, like mentality and everything. My team grow with you know, every meeting we learn something, and yeah, and we see step by step we grow up.
Well, you're having a great night. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, what a smashing interview that is, and nice to hear him actually just making a point about Kim Nielsen. Didn't need to do that, but that was the first thing on his mind. But always good to hear from him, and there's no doubt that he's putting his best foot forward here this evening, and it's doing himself proud so far. So track grading has been completed, and Heat 13 is not too far away, where we'll see Martin Veselik out for the 4th time tonight. The only man that is unbeaten so far, having a terrific night, but he's got that inside gate, and that isn't working so well here this evening. And he's got some tough customers to come up against as well, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Freddie obviously going along well as well, on 7 points, and Dan Bewley is doing okay, a little bit up and down, but needs to keep it rolling here. He's on 6 points, so pretty solid. He won his first ride and a 3rd and a 2nd. But this man, Martin Veselik, doing the business so far this evening.
Yeah, looking really super fast, making great decisions, quick decisions in the first turn as well. That man, Leon Madsen, oh, he's under pressure.
Indeed he is. Martin Veselik will go from the inside in the red helmet colour. Dan Bewley alongside him in gate number 2 in blue. Gate number 3 in white is Freddie Lindgren. Leon Madsen has changed his bike, and he's going to go off the outside in yellow. Madsen with 2 points to his name so far. Well, he's simply just got to start winning races.
Yeah, he's going to have to win his next 2 races to give himself a chance of making the semi-finals. But it's a tough race. Freddie Lindgren, we know how tough he is. Had a couple of race wins so far tonight on his way to 7 points. So Dan Bewley's on 6. He still needs to put in at least a couple of points. But Martin Vaclik, well, he's in the mood, isn't he?
Very much so. He has been rock solid in his first 3 outings. Madsen 6 on 60 points and 5th place in the championship. So he won't want to dip out here just when he's beginning to find his form again. 2 second places in recent Grand Prix and has really began to make his presence felt. Very close to winning, of course, last time in Gorzów. So a massive race for the world number 2, Leon Madsen. Tapes are up, and Martin Vaclik's made a superstar on the inside. Freddie Lindgren, whoa, what a move from him. Neck and neck out of there, but Freddie Lindgren down the back straight. Martin Vaclik trying to respond. He's going wide, but Freddie's round the inside. Here comes Bewley now round the inside. Will Vaclik respond? Yes, he will. He fires himself back into 2nd place. Leon Madsen isn't too far away either, but once again, Freddie Lindgren showing terrific form here in Malilla.
Oh, Freddie Lindgren knows exactly what to do on the first turn here. Gets his wheels in line early up the inside, uses grip so fast, so near to the curb. But I tell you what, Martin Vaclik is the quickest rider in this race. It was a smart first lap to get back down on the curb ahead of Dan Bewley, but now he's in the mood for chasing Freddie Lindgren down.
Indeed he is. Searching for a move now. Can he make it? No, Freddie's moved a bit wider. They've just got a bit of breathing space now. Smart ride from Freddie Lindgren, showing all the experience there. Had every move covered and picks up his 3rd win of the night. And both riders now comfortably through to the semi-finals. Freddie Lindgren moving on at 10 points. Martin Vaclik beaten for the first time, but still, nonetheless, 11 points to his name. Work still to be done there for Dan Bewley. So Freddie Lindgren delighting the whole crowd once again with a stunning performance in heat number 13. 3 points for Freddie. Martin Vaclik beaten for the first time, 2 points for him. Dan Bewley back in 3rd place, 1. And Leon Madsen, well, it's not his night, is it? He's not going to be making the semi-finals tonight now after that. But this man is. And all of a sudden he lies 3rd in the World Championship chase, and he's really fired up tonight.
Yeah, Martin Vaclik makes the best start off gate 1 possibly we've seen all night, but he doesn't go round the inside. He leaves a big hole up the inside for Freddie Lindgren to get his wheels in line early, generating all that speed, using the fresh dirt down on the inside. And Martin Vaclik comes under pressure from Dan Bewley as he leaves a big hole on the opening lap, and he has to pin Dan down very, very quickly. It was a wise thing to do. Then he's tucked after Freddie Lindgren, and Freddie realises he's coming under pressure, and he knows it's coming from the outside, so he just decides to get his wheels out there, use the dirt on the outside, and makes it work for him, generates a little bit more speed on the last lap.
Smart ride there from Freddie Lindgren. He had to be, because Martin Vaclik was threatening there in 2nd place, but look at that score chart. 3-1, 3-3, and a ride to come off of gate number 2, where he'll go in heat 20. And looking to move on. Heat 14, riders are up at tapes already. And Patrick Dudek out here, who's going along pretty nicely tonight. So he'll be looking to build upon his score of 6 points so far. So the lineup then for heat 14 is Patrick Dudek off the inside in red. Andrei Lebedev's out of gate number 2 in blue. Gate number 3 in white is Mikkel Mikkelsen and Jack Holder off of the outside in yellow. Jack was pretty impressive last time with a fine win. Mikkelsen's having a hard time. Just not being able to produce the goods at Grand Prix level this year. Andrei Lebedev's, wow, you know, just coming in, no pressure, doing the business, putting himself about a bit. Good to hear from him with Scotty just prior to this block of racing starting. Tell you what, he's not out of this, Andrei Lebedev's. He could be quite a threat here in heat 14. So here we go then. Oh, he's touched the tapes. Oh, that's disappointing.
First, Kelvin.
It was indeed.
Bit of a whoops-a-daisy moment for him there.
Andrei Lebedev's then. Well, that's a shame. That's a real shame, because he'd been riding so very well, and now he puts himself under a lot of pressure. He'd come out in heat 19 off of gate number 3, but it's made life just a little bit more difficult. So I'll see this again. Come on, Chris. I don't know where you've gone, but yeah, clearly just jumps forward.
Yeah, he's just shame, you know, you just said it, he's riding so well, but it was a fairly long pause.
It was indeed. You'll just see it drops the clutch. It just tries to anticipate that. Yeah.
Such a shame because we heard in that interview so grateful for his opportunity and just happy to be here. You could see him smiling in the interview and it hasn't derailed his night. But he's on 6 points. But he will need points now in his final outing.
He will indeed.
Is he coming?
So he's touched the tape, so in truth he should be excluded and have a warning as well. So we'll wait to see exactly what the outcome of that is. But
I'm sure that will be
he quite clearly does touch the tape.
If we can have 1 minute, please. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute.
So Phil Morris there quite clearly saying the riders have just got a minute to get themselves back up to the tapes. I will be very surprised to see Andrei Lebedev's in the rerun. But
he won't be in the rerun.
So we'll see a reserve rider here. An opportunity for Philip Yelman to come in here with the tape exclusion. There he arrives now with the number 17 on his back. Philip Yelman, a Dakar rider.
Yeah, young Philip looked good in qualifying. He wasn't afraid to get out there in the deep dirt, right up by the fence. So he'll be looking forward to his opportunity here.
It's difficult to explain that from Lebedev's, having had such a good night, and then in prime position, all going his way, and just over eager on the start line.
Yeah, the pause was a little bit longer, perhaps, and you're right. He was eager. He's had a good night. It's very easy to do. It's not something that we're used to seeing from Lebedev's. Seen him ride quite a bit, and it's not normally jittery at the start, but it's a big night for him.
Second time of asking them. Here we go. Tapes are up. We're underway. Dudek's made a decent start on the inside. Mikkelsen hustling his bike across there, trying to get in the thick of the action with Jack Holder once again trapped on the outside. Dudek in front. Mikkelsen beginning to wind it on in second place. Can he come around the outside? Holder now. Jack Holder coming up the inside. Oh, very tight as they complete the first lap there.
Yeah, Jack Holder's going to pay for that because Mikkelsen's really made the bike work around the inside. There we go. Jack Holder knows he's got to stop that, and he shuts the door down on the curb, and he's looking now to chase down Patrick Dudek. But Dudek riding really smart, making all the right moves at the right time.
Yeah.
He's, Jack Holder was quick last time out, riding out in the dirt very confidently, making the bike work well. But Dudek, he's got this one.
Indeed he is, bouncing back in style here, Dudek. He won a race earlier on, sitting on 6 points. He's going to move on to 9. Potentially his best Grand Prix of the campaign so far, quite comfortably. He's looking terrific tonight, so another winner off the inside. Rare, that is, tonight, so he wins nicely. And Jack Holder back in second place. And Mikael Mikkelsen there, threatening early on, but faded the longer the race went on. But for Patrick Dudek, as I said before, a timely return to form. And he'll be very pleased with that, with 9 points to his name from 4 outings. So 3 points for Dudek out in front. Jack Holder back in second place, 2 points. Mikael Mikkelsen, 1 point for him, and Philip Yelman there just missing out in heat number 14. But for Patrick Dudek, all of a sudden, the difference between winning and losing is so small in Grand Prix, and it's sometimes difficult to know exactly what the difference is, but he's amongst the points again, and clearly the confidence is returning.
Yeah, it is. It's difficult to understand actually how Patrick has not been so good, because we know what he's capable of. He's a fantastic rider. He's an all-action rider, and he's really working the bike well. He's being smart. He's making good moves. Realises even there that he's got to stop Jack Holder up the inside, so he just rides quite narrow down the straight. And at that point, of course, Jack Holder's now lost all his momentum, and brave move to chop the nose off of Mikkelsen coming into turn 3 here.
Yeah.
But he's got to do it, because if he lets Mikkelsen just get his handlebars in front, it's going to run him wide and it's going to be all over. So pretty smart move from Jack Holder, but even smarter for that man there. Be happy with 9 points at this stage.
Yeah, particularly when you look at the gate success. The inside gate has been tough to win races from this evening, but Patrick Dudek has no such problems, and looks a bit more relaxed tonight, and rightly so, with 9 points to his name from 4 outings. Heat number 15 then, and crunch time here for Jason Doyle, no doubt about it. Maciej Janowski, well, hasn't been his night. He's off the outside gate this time. So Jakob Torsell goes from the inside in red, Max Frick from gate number 2 in blue, Jason Doyle from gate number 3 in white, and Maciej Janowski off the outside in yellow. Jakob Torsell going along okay, but needs a win here. Max Frick could do with a win as well to really give himself a chance with one ride to come after this. So the two inside riders have got a half a chance. The riders on the outside, well, their meetings hasn't been what they were looking for, and they won't make the semi-finals this evening, which is a terrible shame. Well, unless they win 2 rides for Doyle and finish on 7. Tapes are up anyway. Torsell's there. Oh, hard first corner there. They all bunched up there. Janowski in the picture as well, coming through. Is he in the second place? Frick found a little bit of extra momentum at the end of the back straight on the opening lap, but Torsell's vulnerable. Frick's done nicely there. Really had to work hard, but fully deserved to get to the front.
Yeah, he did. He just stuck to the game plan, just riding around the outside there, collecting the berm around the inside, just on the edge of the fence there, going into the corner. I tell you what, Torsell's sticking to his game plan, running around the inside, but at the end of the straight, every time there's going to be too much speed for Max Frick. And now Torsell coming under pressure from Maciej Janowski. Hasn't scored a point all night, heading for one here, wants to make it 2.
Yeah, battle for second place. Max Frick looking terrific out in front, and this will be his second win of the evening. Maciej Janowski looking threatening in third place. Bitterly disappointing evening for Jason Doyle, who was in third place in the champ. Tight for... Oh, very tight. I think Janowski just about scored a point, but for Max Frick, he's not worried about what was going on behind him, because he picks up another race win there, and that's good news indeed. And he moves on to 8 points from his 4 outings so far, and that will do very nicely indeed. A very timely win there for the Australian, and he picks up the win. 3 points for Frick then. Jakob Torsell going along pretty well tonight, actually. Second place for him. Maciej Janowski picks up his first point of the night, and Jason Doyle, well, it's a night to forget for him. And he would have come in here with high hopes, Jason Doyle. 68 points, third in the championship, but hasn't been his evening so far.
Yeah, Jakob Torsell moves him on to 6 points, giving him a chance in his last race. And we can see just creeps around the inside. Jason Doyle gets the knock there, just not his night tonight. Max Frick, smooth as you like, takes the big high wide line on the first lap, generating all that speed there. Really hard on his compatriot there, Jason Doyle, as he moves him over. Janowski looks to take advantage of it by squeezing down the inside, but what about Max Frick? This one just generating speed on the outside. Stuck to the game plan, kept it out in the dirt there, and generating plenty of speed. Couple of race wins, 8 points. Got to say, looks like he's in the semi-finals. Hasn't managed to do that here in Malilla yet.
No, so an improvement there, and Max Frick certainly riding very nicely tonight. And Jakob Torsell giving him a chance of a semi-final. As you say, he's got 6 points, and with a ride to come. It was tight for third, but Janowski hangs on and picks up his first point of the night. But for both Jason Doyle and Maciej Janowski, a night to forget. There's no question about that. And frustration will be in that camp, no doubt about it. That's a bitterly disappointing meeting. And out of nowhere, when you consider how consistent and how many finals he's made so far this evening, this season, rather. Anyway, he's 16. We'll complete the fourth block of rides. And we'll see Smarslik once again. Anders Thompson going along nicely. He's got 5 points from his last 2 rides after being wrongly excluded in his first ride. So the line-up then for Heat 16 is Smarslik off the inside in red, Robert Lambert gate number 2 in blue, Ty Woofenden off of gate number 3 in white, and Anders Thompson off the outside in yellow. Big race for Woofenden here, needs points badly. Yeah. Tapes are up. Smarslik's made a nice start on the inside, fires himself to the front. Robert Lambert, though, is very, very threatening on the outside. Can he make it? Not quite. Chops back to the inside, or tries to, but Smarslik's got it covered. Tell you what, Smarslik's riding around on the concrete. Yeah, he's riding a different track here, because Robert Lambert coming on strong here, putting all sorts of pressure on the championship leader. But how on earth does Smarslik do it? He's just refusing to allow Robert Lambert to come round him. Yeah,
it's rare to see Smarslik riding so defensive. He's riding through gate 3 very narrow down the straight. He clearly doesn't feel he's got the speed. On the other hand, Robert Lambert has. He's done him around the outside.
Oh, no, here we go again.
Smarslik working the outside.
Just will not be denied the championship leader. Bartosz Smarslik once again showing great determination. Lambert nearly running into the back of him. What a race this is. Robert Lambert trying to force his way through, but Smarslik unbelievably wins that race. He's 16 to Bartosz Smarslik. Shouldn't really have won it. How on earth did he do it? bike not working as well as it should do, but he somehow managed to do it. Robert Lambert will be thinking, crikey, I just don't know how to beat this guy. But Smarslik moving along nicely after failing to score first time. 3 points for him. Robert Lambert back in second place. Ty Woofenden, well, he's slipping away now. Woofenden, 1 point for him, and Anders Thompson failing to score, and he's 16. But here's the position after 4 rides each. Martin Vaslik leading the way on 11. Freddie Lingman going nicely on 10. Dudek on 9. Then Smarslik moving on to 8, as is Frick and Lambert. Jack Holder on 7, and rounding out the top 8 is Dan Bewley on 7 as well. So it's all taking shape very nicely with one qualifying race to come. What a ride. What a ride. How does he do it?
He had no right to win that race. He was slower than both, I think, Ty Woofenden and Robert Lambert. He makes a decent start, very even break from all 4. I thought Robert Lambert might just be able to get across him, but he just sneaks around the curb, and he does that for all 4 laps. We never see that. We never see Bartosz Smarslik riding a bike that he feels just isn't quick enough. And that's where you ride when you don't feel you've got the speed. And it was almost confusing for Robert Lambert because he didn't know what to do. He had more speed than Smarslik. He didn't understand why Smarslik was riding where he was. Gets his nose in front on the 3rd lap, but Smarslik will not be beaten. He's a champion. Ty Woofenden's joining the party at this point. Loses a little bit of ground as he rides very, very wide now on this lap. But Smarslik forces his way back through. Didn't have the speed. If he's going to win this Grand Prix, he and his crew have got to find something more out of that bike.
Indeed they have, but there's no doubt that the hunger in Bartosz Smarslik is truly awe-inspiring, because there, as you rightly say, didn't really deserve to win that race, but he forced his way back to the front, and he's on to 8 points with 2 wins and a second place and a hefty fall in his first ride, which certainly unsettled him a bit, but he's responded really well and is putting himself well and truly in the picture. Of course, he comes in here with a 21-point lead, and he's won 3 finals here in Malilla. He's the most successful Grand Prix rider here, and he's won more Grand Prix at this venue than anybody else as well, and he's looking for his 4th win.
No panic down there, though, so I expected to see covers flying off, but they're just calm as you like. We'll work it out.
Yeah, I think that's part of the secret, in truth. There's no doubt about that. So the gate success, let's have a look at this. Just gate number 1 now becoming a little bit more successful. 3 for both of the inside gates, 5 for both the outside gates. So beginning to even itself up as the evening continues after 16 rides. And yeah, there you see the points scored from all 4 gates. Not too much to choose between them. So in truth, that's pretty good, actually. I don't think there's nothing unfair about the gates positions tonight.
No, the gate stats themselves, it's nice to see that, you know, you do have a chance of winning races from any of the gates. Points are being scored from the gates, so you know, the first turn decisions, you can sort of win races from anywhere. So it's nice to see. Healthy crowd here in Malilla enjoying their speedway. Swedish flags flying.
So track grading going on, but prior to the last block of races, we will have some more reaction for you shortly from the pits. But of course, the home crowd very excited about the prospects of another home win here, with Freddie Lingman going along very nicely indeed, and certainly he is riding extraordinarily well. Anders Thompson under pressure, has to win probably his last ride if he has any chance of making the semi-finals, but with riders on 7 points already, it's going to be a tall order. So we will wait and see how it pans out. But more reaction now with Scott, because Freddie Lingman is with him.